What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Now on this video here we will be solving the following limit. As you can see, this one looks different because it has some trigonometric ratios. Now there's a lot here that you have to do. First of all, here we have identities. Here we have rads. We're given x as in pi over 2, that is radians. So you have to know those things. But before we start, you can pause and try to solve this one. And if it so happen that you haven't watched any video that has to do with limits, there is part 1 of limits whereby I introduce the steps or the methods to use and how to use them, because that's what I'm going to do here when I solve this. Alright, with that being said, let's start and let's solve this problem. Now we have the following. They say limit is sine 2x over cos x approaching pi over 2. Now when you look at this problem here, the best way of doing this problem, first you need to convert that pi over 2. What exactly is pi over 2? So you change this from rads to degrees. So when you change that, let's do it here. When you convert from rads to degrees, you multiply by 180 over pi, and then pi and pi is gonna give you 1, and then 180 divided by 2, that is 90 degrees. So you can write it here. It's just to remind ourselves that this is 90 degrees. Then from there, make sure that your calculator, make sure that your calculator display degrees on top there. Then you can do direct substitution. When you do direct substitution, let's see what do we get when you do direct substitution. Remember, that's step number 1. Step number 1 is direct substitution. Step number 2 is simplification. Step number 3 is divide by the highest by x with the highest power. So step number 1, direct substitution. Let's do it here. So if we say sine 2, and then instead of x we put 90 degrees, and then we divide by cos 90, what is our answer there? So we know that cos 180 is gonna give us, then let's say sine 180 is gonna give us what? 0. What about cos 90? Cos 90 also gives us 0. So this is gonna give us 0 divided by 0. So it means we need to do step number 2, which is simplification. Now step number 2, you need to know some identities in order for you to continue and simplify here. So let's continue. So you're gonna write limit, and then x is approaching. You can even change here and write 90 degrees. We know that pi over 2 is actually 90 degrees, so it's still fine. Now you have to change this. You have to change sine 2x. So what is the identity there? This is actually 2 cos x multiplied by sine x. By the way, guys, if you don't know where is this double identity coming from, I repeat, on the icon there is a video whereby I explain, in fact I derive these double identities. Go and watch it so that you can understand how did I get this 2 cos x multiplied by sine. Alright, so when you are done simplifying, you can see that cos x divided by cos x, you'll be left with they're gonna give you 1, so you're gonna be left with 2 sine x. Let's say this is approaching 90 degrees. So you're gonna be left with 2 sine x, and then that's where you're gonna start now doing the direct substitution. If we do direct substitution here, let's see what is it that you're going to get. If we say 2 and then sine, remember x is 90, don't forget that we converted this pi over 2 into degrees, and then it gave us 90. And be careful guys, make sure that your calculator shows degrees on or display degrees on your screen there. If it doesn't write degrees, it will show the capital letter D there. So that's when you can use this here. So sine 90 is equaling to 1 multiplied by 2, so the answer is going to be 2. So this one is straightforward guys. As much as it needs you to know the identities, it's really straightforward. If you don't know the identities, that's where it's gonna kinda be challenging. And also if you don't know how to change from radians to degrees. But if you want to do the substitution whereby you don't use degrees, you can just change your calculator to radian mode. You can substitute sine with you can actually substitute that pi over 2. It is 2 multiplied by sine pi over 2. It's also going to give you 2, but make sure that your calculator is in radians, so it should display R on top there. But anyway, this is the easiest way of doing it according to me. Guys, let me know if this helped you. You can leave a comment. If you have a question, also you can leave a comment. If there is another way that is easier, you can also leave a comment as well. If this really helped you, don't forget to like the video, and also you can subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed. Share the video to your friends, and also guys, click the playlist if you really want to understand how we solve this problem, because the first video on that playlist explain these steps that we must follow as you are trying to evaluate the limits. Thank you very much guys for watching. Till next time, cheers.